Hi there, I'm Andrew and I'm sharing about my first 50 videos that I've made on YouTube. It's a channel that I started in August, and I guess my background is at that time I had studied digital marketing and I learned how to make websites, how to help other businesses and organizations make websites so that they can reach out and attract leads and commissions and attract all through online traffic or organic traffic. I wanted to learn YouTube because YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world after Google, and I wanted to learn how it works and how to add videos so that I can enhance my service for digital marketing. That was a start. That doesn't necessarily mean that's how I see YouTube today. When I first started YouTube, I knew that it was a very hard bar to enter. It was very difficult. It had many steps, which I didn't know. I didn't really know how to do videography. I didn't know how to do editing or ideation, and I've learned a few skills along the way. So I hope you enjoy, and maybe you can cut some corners and not go through the same mistakes that I went to when I was starting this YouTube. So I have to say that after 50 videos, my view count and my user count on my subscribers is actually quite low. It's only at 229. And actually, a lot of the videos built it up to about 100 subscribers, and then one video went from 100 to basically 220. And that was a video that I did, which was a bit of an update, and it was kind of a question mark of saying, I've done 100 subscribers in, am I doing it right or not? And that seemed to capture a bit of attention, although very mild attention. I haven't reached any viral video, and I guess my niche is quite tight as an architectural subject or topic, and it's, even though I've labeled it everywhere, I hope that YouTube is a filtering system. I don't seem to be reaching a lot of traffic. Hopefully that changes over time, because it is a lot of effort that I'm putting into. After I did the first video in August, which was basically pics around Sydney, I made the first mistake of gearing up and buying too much gear. I bought a Sony a7C II. I had a laptop that I could use to edit from work, but from the camera I bought all the lenses, I bought microphones, I bought teleprompter. I've tried lots of different things, lots of different content, and I suppose it's been fun learning. But if I were to do it again, I'd probably start really filming on the phone and microphone. Yeah, iPhone 17 and microphone, and that would be pretty much enough to get going. The new iPhone 17s have pretty good images that come out of it, and I did a video which you can see up here on my latest setup. So after my first video, as part of learning, I went to a cafe and I said, can I film your cafe? And I brought all my gear along, and that was a good learning experience. I have a connection to cafes because I made a website called bestcafedesigns.com, and I wanted to see if I could not necessarily do it myself, but know what it takes to promote cafe designs or cafe spaces on the internet. After that, I took it to a few trips. I took it to my gear to Wollongong. I went for a weekend away, did a lot of nice scenic shots, and I also took shots of the Chataswood Spring Fair. Then I also did some of central Sydney architecture. I did a bit of an update after my first 5 videos, and then after 100 subscribers, and then now this one after 50 subscribers. As an architect, I do a bit of side projects, and I used YouTube as a way of filming one of the projects I finished. It was an interesting project to me because it was a very small project for a family, very small plot of land, and I wanted to see if it would attract attention. And we're in a housing crisis, living costs are very high, and so I really saw that this project is as a way of dealing with that in accommodating 4 people on a very tight block of land, but still achieving the full amenity for a family. I interviewed a few people from work that I knew had a YouTube channel, and then after that I had one video where I put a lot of effort into, and it was a summary of my full career in architecture. I just reached 25 years in architecture, and I wanted to share about how I started in architecture and then how my skills and experience have grown and how I've gotten to work on great projects, and use this way of documenting to see if it would help other architects who are just starting out. I also use it to document a church that I'm designing, and I will release new videos soon where the church is opening and we're using it, and I'll show the design process behind it. I also I did a 3-part video series on King Phillip, which is a project I worked on at FJC. That was fun. I did that with Tony, one of my colleagues at work, and went through the external space, went through the lobby, and it's an interesting project. I also did one on architecture registration to see if it would appeal to people who are going through registration. From an SEO point of view, search engine optimization, it's actually quite high in the search rankings when you type in architecture registration. But ultimately, it's not that many views because there's a lot more views I've learned from being organic and being clickable and than being searchable. The searchability is probably only accounts for about 5% of the traffic. I did this update in about 4 weeks ago, and it was on 100 subscribers in, and that kind of boosted the total subscribers from 100 to about 220. So that was kind of promising. And it's funny things happen to you when you do a video that has a mild improvement on the rest of the videos. That one video basically did the same thing as 30 other videos in terms of traffic or views. And it causes you to want to search other content about how to grow a channel, look at other channels who are in kind of a very small channel trying to grow, and you try to study a lot of techniques, and it takes a lot of time consuming. And then you try to produce more videos to try to up the count. But I found that as I produced more videos, my growth in subscribers has been very incremental. And that's been kind of disappointing, but I kind of understand it too. I'm still enjoying learning and doing YouTube, and I'm learning skills which I can apply to my digital marketing clients, and so that's been great. After that, I did a trip with my family to Japan, and I took a lot of footage of my trip on a lot of architecture topics, and I will be releasing those in lots of small videos throughout the year. One of them that I've already released is a walkthrough at 7-Eleven. That was a lot of fun. I used a DJI Osmo, did different type of shots like behind the fridge or looking down into the freezer area, or filming eating food. And I also did a filming of a beautiful Japanese garden in Osaka, and that was all shot on iPhone 17. I did a couple of videos on Brutalism, and that was an interview with Glenn Harper, and that has been a lot of fun. That's been really educational for me because I haven't really delved into Brutalism. And then I went to the fish markets and went to the opening there, hoping that it would be a hot topic. But I'm finding that production value matters only a bit. Many other people have produced videos on fish markets and have attracted multiple more views than I have. So it got me thinking, how do I get more views? I did a video based on trying to leave your mistakes in and go with the flow, and that's a skill that I really want to learn, which is to learn how to talk about a topic and really get rid of my clutter words, my ums, ahs, and pauses, and learn how to think and roll in between ideas and be able to talk to a camera. I'm still improving that and learning how to improve. And it's a skill that I'm hoping that will reduce my editing and reduce my workflow as I produce these videos. I've done other videos based on some feedback. I noticed that there was a student that talked about if you're studying architecture, what are some things you'd want to know. And I've done one more video about how to use the DJI and iPhone as a perfect kind of mobile combo that is versatile, that I can use to film all these shots. So after 50 videos, what I would do differently is I would use the iPhone only, and the microphone, and I would film lots of different things. I would probably study thumbnails and titles a lot more. I looked in my niche and I saw another channel really pop off, and they produced 2 videos, and I believe the production value is not the main thing that made the video pop. It was about really tall towers, and I can see that it can cause a big reaction in terms of a tall building that might block views or affect the city skyline or shade public spaces, although these towers are designed not to, but that can cause a reaction and cause a lot of people want to view that content. So I do have a video coming up on Abeno Horokus, which is Japan's first super tall, and if I have it ready, I will have it posted on a link above here, and I will probably try to take a step up and try to create content that is a bit more clickable. I suppose my first videos or first 50 videos are more for myself on my own interest. I will start to roll in apart from things that I'm interested in to see what can grow this channel. And I hope that if you've come through this far, that you will subscribe if you like this type of content. I know that YouTube is a great filtering system, and I've basically labeled architecture all throughout the channel. So if you're into architecture and design or lifestyle or photography, I hope you join this channel and can watch the next videos coming up. So thanks for watching.